It's time to talk about what you've been playing, because I'm dying to hear your thoughts.
Tofr, Moonlighter 2 is finally here. I'm so happy. If this is the last game I get to play this year, I'm good. So, small behind the scenes, I've gotten a lot of emails about review codes for Moonlighter. I was like, perfect. I am on somebody's list, somebody important, so like they know Danny needs to cover this game. Or I got a text from a friend who's like, hey, how are you doing on a new game that we got coded for? I'm like, what game's that? He's like, the sequel to a game you really fucking love? I'm like, I have not. Where'd you get it? Like, he's like, oh, we got it from, such and such. I'm like, they have not reached out to me. I shot a bunch of emails, Twitter DMs, Blue Sky DMs. I'm like, hey, anything about a code? No responses. No feedback whatsoever. So I'm like, motherfuckers. Listen, I pull the ego card. Jokingly, I'm like, do you know who the fuck I am? I'm CGDannyB. Like, I do that funny bit, huh? When it came to Moonlighter, I'm seeing my friends just like, such and such is playing Moonlighter, such and such is playing Moonlighter. I'm like, why is Danny not playing Moonlighter? Why does Danny not have Moonlighter? I hit up the people I met at Summer Game Fest. I met up people that I've had email conversations with before. I hit up the people, I'm like, hey, you sent me this form and I filled it out like 4 months ago. Any chance I can get that key? And I was getting nothing from anybody. So I held off that first day. I'm like, I won't play Moonlighter. And then at like 5 p.m. or something, I get the email like, here's your Moonlighter key. I'm like, Jesus Christ, finally. God. I am currently, between last night and sitting down to record this podcast, I have about 12 hours into Moonlighter right now. Man, I'm so happy. I'm loving this game. I'm adoring it. This year is the first time I was just like, what do I do with this early access thing? Because I feel like it's such a weird, fickle thing of like, we don't include early access for game of the year, but then we think about it for the following year and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm really debating, like, do I include Moonlighter because it's early access and not the full thing or whatever? Like we did that last year, like we exclude Hades because it's not, but this year we do. And I'm sitting here playing this. I'm like, I am struggling to imagine me making that top 10 video and not talking about Moonlighter. I really want to. But anyone at home is just like, Danny, you're rambling. What's this Moonlighter business? First off, welcome to the channel. It's nice to meet you. Hope you enjoy the content here. If you're unfamiliar, I love Moonlighter. I adored the first Moonlighter. Moonlighter 2, the Endless Vault, you play as Will, who is a merchant / adventurer. You go down into dungeons, you find a bunch of items, you kill monsters, you put those items in your backpack, you take it back to your shop, and then you sell them to other heroes, other adventurers. Initially, with the demo of Moonlighter 2, they had changed the way the shop worked, where it was you went out, items had a value, you could curse them and increase them, or something's like, if you burn, this will increase the things adjacent to it. If you overcharge this, any item when you overcharge or shock is going to do this, blah, 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 blah. So items would go up in quality, but if you died and took damage, that quality would drop. And if it hit 0, the item would break, so you wouldn't bring it back. Now, Moonlighter 2's system runs a lot more like the original game, but as far as I can tell, I don't think items break. Or if they do, I have gotten insanely lucky and none of them have broken.
That's not luck, that's just being good.
Honestly, probably all it is. But yeah, so you go in, when you fight these monsters, it's a monster room, you run around, beat everybody up, blah, 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 pick up whatever loot. Sometimes that's a currency. There's slime, which you use to trade for potions and stuff. There'll be these little microchips you use to get furniture or new tables to sell stuff on. Those new tables can have buffs of like, oh, if you have a rare item, you'll get 20% more money. One of my favorite things about Moonlighter, outside of the run the shop during the day, run the dungeons during the night, I love that cycle. It is the specific thing of running the shop. And I did a review on the first Moonlighter where I talked about this, and I love less the math behind it, but the guess and check of it. In Moonlighter, it is you go in, you don't know what to sell these things for. It is all based on customer appeal. So like if I go into the shop and I'm like, I found this stick, I'm gonna sell it for $15. And someone's like, oh, a stick, $15? Absolutely not. You know you're charging too much. Then you go lower that price. I'm gonna sell this stick for $2. And someone comes in like, whoa, $2? That's a steal. You're like, okay, I made that too cheap. Let me do another one. I'm gonna sell this stick for $7. And they're like, just right. I will always pay $7 for a stick. You're like, got it. The default price for a stick is $7. So every time you go out and get that stick and you come back in, you sell for $7. But sometimes there's benefits, right? What happens here is you still have those, oh, rare items are extra like popular today, or uncommon items, or blah, 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 or items from this zone are extra popular today. The stands that they're placed on will automatically calculate those things. So you really are just trying to figure out the base price. And then once that's in, the game will calculate the rest. I love this loop. It is so freaking fun because you just go in, boom, did it work? Nope, sorry, whatever. In this game, they have like rare customers, like the people around town. There's the blacksmith and the witch who like makes your potions and stuff. They'll wander in and be like, well, hello, I'm looking for this very specific item that I know you found on your last run. And you're like, got it. If I do this right, I'm gonna get a bonus. Like I'll get extra currency, or like the one person came in and bought an item and it gave me like the special currency of the third area that I hadn't unlocked yet. So I was like, okay, I gotta get this. So I put the item down and I'm like, I don't know what this is gonna run. I'm gonna try $700 for this super rare item. And they're like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, fuck, nailed it. Let's go. I do enjoy that a lot. The dungeon part, if you played a roguelike, you get it. You go in, you fight, you go to the room with the upgrades. Oh, if for the next 3 rooms, this is going to happen. But after that, you get plus 20% damage or blah, 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 blah. There's 4 different weapons. The gauntlets are my go-to. I loved them in the first game. I love them in this game. I did not like the spear in the first game. They changed the spear and I love the spear now. So the big thing with the spear in the first game is a lot more of like lunge and dash, like charge up and run across the room. In Moonlighter 2, it is still like stab combos, but when you stab and hit something, you leave spearheads on the ground. And your special is to recall those spearheads. So I think you can have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, it looks like it's 10. If you place 10 spearheads on the ground and then run away and hit Y, they'll fly across the map and like return to you. So if I go beat somebody up and then slip past them and recall my spearheads, it'll just like and just backstab a bunch of them. It's awesome. I like the spear. It's a little slower than I like. That's why I use the gauntlets so much, because they're so fast and dashy dodgy and everything. But yeah, the spear is currently my second favorite weapon behind the gauntlets. I'm indifferent on the 2 swords right now. The big thing with progression is in the first game, it is very much go into the dungeon. Once you beat the boss, you unlock the next one. What happens this time is there's not necessarily, from what I've seen, progression based on beating the dungeon. You might get special items like when you beat the boss, oh, I can go sell this in my shop. Instead, there's this giant cube that floats in the middle of your town that is like, hello, Will. I've come to ask of your aid. I need you to get me $5,000. And then when you do that, he's like, congratulations. Here's an item to help your town. Now get me $50,000. And then when you do that, oh, cool. We got a new cauldron that helps the witch. Now you can get better potions or more potions in your pocket. Now I need you to get me $120,000. Each of those milestones unlocks a new dungeon. Literally, we started the podcast late today. I was like, Tofr, I'll be right with you. I am trying to beat the first boss. I'm just about there. Hang on. So now I'm going to go gung-ho on the second area and try and focus solely on progressing there. But it doesn't seem like the game is forcing me, like, I don't have to go beat that first boss. If I explore far enough in there, make the money, I can go to the second area, get bigger stuff with bigger money, go upgrade stuff more. And I think that's what it wants me to do, is as soon as I lock a new area, go there to grind and get new items and more money to get better armor and everything, get new recipes so I can get the next sword, the next gauntlet, the next whatever. Then I'm like, oh, now I have better shit. Now I'm gonna go back and beat their ass. And I think that's how I just have to play it differently than the other game, which is, oh, I need to beat this boss to get World 2, beat this boss to get World 3. I could sit here for the next 3 hours and talk about Moonlighter, and this particular run had this happen. I had a great build with Ignite because right now I love Ignite. Ignite's cool because if you hit something, they get set on fire and they take damage over time. What has happened great with my Ignite build so far is that I get one on my regular attacks, on my special attacks, and then I have one that's like enemies will explode after 3 seconds of being ignited, or if I hit an ignited enemy with my backpack, they'll explode. So it's basically just me going in, punch, 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 you're on fire, boom, punch, 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 are you on fire, wham, with the backpack, punch, 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 oh, I have my special, and I'm watching slimes run at me, and as they get set on fire, they split into 2, and then as I kill the guy in the back, I'm still punching these two, so it's just like, whop, it's just popping a bunch of slimes, and it's so freaking fun and satisfying, and I'm getting everything I wanted out of Moonlighter, and I am ever so half-heartedly upset at the point that I know I'm going to hit the wall of this is early access. Thank you for playing. Yeah. There'll be more content to come. I should not go play Moonlighter when we're done here because I want to savor it just as long as I can, but I want to keep going. I want to keep playing. It's very fun. I think those are my thoughts on Moonlighter right now.
It's amazing because while you were talking about the game, the stream froze twice.
Yeah.
For like a number of seconds, and you just kept going.
Yeah.
Like the moment, usually when that happens and the stream comes back, you're like, oh, I think Tofr froze. I have to wait. None of that now. You were just going, and I just love it because I was happy that this game was releasing, but I was also worried because I know what your expectations of the game would be, and I was just hoping that those expectations would be matched. But hearing you talk about it now, it seems like the game does everything you wanted it to and more. And I'm over the moon for you, because
Over the moon.
no, but seriously, I'm just so happy, because it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
When a game matches with your expectations that perfectly.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the early access updates will be a regular thing,
Yeah.
so you don't have to wait too long each time. I was like in doubt whether I was going to give it a chance, because I didn't match up with the combat in the first game all
Sure.
that much. But hearing you talk about it just makes me want to give it a try, man.
Yeah. Listen, I hope it's the thing is, if you didn't like it so much in the first one, I won't be like, oh, you're not gonna like it here. It's the same thing, because it is fairly different. What a game! What a fun time. Digital Sun, I love it. Put me Moonlighter 3. Let's do it.
I mean, they have to make a Moonlighter 3 now.
I need it. I need it. Like tomorrow.
Let them finish the second one first, though.
I want 3 now. I'm seeing what else I get out of it with the early access build, and how long I have to wait for everything else, and what else is going to get added. I know there's still some things like coming soon with like these upgrades and whatnot. I can see that, like, oh, the potion levels, like there's like 5 or 6 levels, and I can only imagine like once I get through area 3, I'll only get so far, so I'd have to, when other stuff comes out, I can then level up those. And I just got what I can assume is probably one of the last merchants I'm going to get, because I just unlocked area 3. There seems to be like the merchants, right? If I go through and I get this upgrade, the guy who I talk to now waits in my camp, and I can buy something from him, something that's either an upgrade for my shop or whatever. And it's the fact that everything has a way to upgrade, and it's all fairly simple to understand. And I say that as someone who's played the first game, so maybe I immediately know what I'm getting into. But yeah, I think there's a real comfort for me with Moonlighter, and it was going to be very difficult for me to not enjoy this game. And yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying it so much.
I'm so happy.
Game of the year. Fuck off, Claire Obscure. Fuck off.
Oh, wow. Those are big words.
I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, Claire. I didn't mean it. Please don't come after me. For those who come after, I'm sorry.